Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about, this is what I'm calling affectionately the Red Purl Rock Island. And so a couple things, if you've not done lace before, that you'll need to have handy is you're going to have the blown up chart that I've made for you guys. And a way to keep it, whether it's a magnetic board or some people use a clear binder paper. I personally like to use my iPad, so I actually have it uploaded onto my iPad and I can get the information from here. You'll need also some scrap yarn of a contrasting color, because this is how we're going to use our lifelines. Some people say that it needs to be lace weight or even use dental floss. I don't find that to be the case, so I'm just using something here, and this is probably a DK weight. You'll need a tapestry needle to throw your lifeline, a pair of scissors obviously, and then the stitches that pretty much make up this pattern are going to be knit two together, slip slip knit. You're going to pass slip stitch over. So I've done previously 2 of the tutorials on those, so you guys should be up and running on that. So the next thing we're going to do is take our chart and we're going to get it ready. So I've blown these up for you. And I went ahead, so you're not constantly having to come back to the legend. I went ahead and put your slip slip knit or knit two together. So this should help expedite the edging, because the edging is probably the most tedious part and takes the longest. And then depending on whether you're using a fingering weight or you're using a lace weight is going to depend on whether you're going to do 71 repeats or 65 repeats. So the next thing we're going to do is actually go to our chart. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to pull up my edging chart, or actually we'll go to the first. So from the very beginning of the pattern, the first thing we're going to do is cast on 12 stitches using the long tail method. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I caution you not to put those on tight, so you want a really loose cast on. So the next thing we're going to do is what it says here. It says yarn over, knit two together, knit to the end of the row. So what they're doing is creating a salvage edge for you to pick up later. So I'm going to yarn over, knit two together, and then I'm just going to knit to the end of the row. Alright, the very next thing it says to do is row 2 to knit all stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this and knit all stitches. And then before we start our chart, it says here we're going to repeat the last 2 rows once more to get our garter edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yarn over, knit 2 together, and then I'm going to knit to the end of the row. I'm going to turn the work and knit all stitches. That'll be the row 2. Okay, so all I'm going to do is turn my needle here. And knit to the end of the row. All right, so now we're here where it says work rows 1 through 8 of the edging chart 71 times. For those of you using a fingering weight, we're actually going to do the repeat 65 times. For those of you using a weight, or excuse me, a lace weight, you're going to do it 71 times. So the chart is right here, and you'll have that. Mine is actually up here. So you take this. Pull it up. Alright, so we'll run through the 8 rows, and then you guys can refer back to this tutorial if you need to. So the first row is going to be a yarn over, knit 2 together. So yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, knit 2. Go to the next row, and whenever we read these, it's the odd rows are read from right to left, the even rows are read from left to right. So starting on this side, working the other way, we're going to knit 2, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go to row 3. All odd rows start with a yarn over, knit 2 together. So I'm going to yarn over, knit 2 together. I'm going to knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, knit 2. Okay. Go to row 4 here. And again, from on the even rows, we're moving from right to left. So we'll knit 2. 1, 2. Yarn over. We're knitting 2 together on this row. Knit 2 together. Yarn over. Knit 2. Knit 2 together. Yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, row 5, and these are where things changed. So before, on all the odd rows after the knit 2 together, we were doing slip, slip, knit. We're now reversing it, so now these rows are actually knit 2 together. So I'm going to yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, we'll finish with knit 2 together, knit 1. Okay. Alright, row 6, moving from left to right, we're going to knit 1, and we're going to slip, slip, knit, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. gonna knit 2 together, or knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and then knit 2. Okay, we're going to go up to row 7, yarn over, knit 2, and what that does is creating this little salvage edge here, which we will eventually pick up, and then it'll actually become part of the lace. So yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 2, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, and just knit. And our final row is row 8. Turn our work. We're going to knit 1, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 2, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and then knit 2. Now the only other thing you'll do is, and I don't do this between every repeat, but if you're not or haven't been comfortable with lace in the past, you're going to want to do this, and this is throw in a lifeline. So to do that, we're going to take our contrasting yarn, and I like to make it about 2 inches on either side. So I'll cut this off here, thread my tapestry needle, oops, I'm going to grab it, and all I'm going to do is kind of work it in here. So all I'm going to do is kind of just grab these and throw it through here. And what that allows us to do is, if on the next next 8 rows, somewhere in there you mess up, you're able to pull this out, and I'll show you that, and have all your stitches still on here. So you're not having to recreate the wheel. Okay, so there's your lifeline. So I'm going to knit 1 row and show you what happens if we have to go back. So what I'm going to do is pretend I made a mistake here, which obviously knitting across is my mistake. It should be yarn over and all that other stuff. So now I'm 3 rows deep and my count's off. So rather than thinking back or figuring out how to get back, all I have now to do, since I have this lifeline, is I can pull this off and I can pull this. And what that does is it leaves me all my stitches. So all I have to do is take my needle, go through, and pick up my stitches. And the common, people say to do it after every repeat, pattern repeat. So in this instance, you'd be doing it after every 8th row. If you got comfortable and you wanted to do it, if you were on a roll, I mean, you wouldn't have to do it every 8th row, but that's what people advise here. There we go. So we should have 12 on our needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm missing one somewhere. Here it is. Okay. So now I should have 12 on my needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I can pull out my lifeline. And you're ready to go now with your repeat.